Welcome back. I am Preeti. Let's get started with algorithms. So the first topic in problem solving and Python programming is algorithm. So what is algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but it is a set of instructions to solve a problem. Okay. So when any problem is given for you, the first step you have to write is writing an algorithm. So what do you mean by an algorithm? Algorithm is you have to write in step by step procedure. It will tell you, the instructions will tell you how to solve the problem. That is nothing but an algorithm. Okay. Next we are going to see the characteristics of algorithm. So coming to the characteristics, the first characteristic, algorithm should have following characteristics. Okay, the first characteristic is, in the algorithm each and every instruction should be precise and unambiguous. So every instructions what you are writing it in the algorithm should be very precise, and unambiguous. Okay, the instruction what you are writing in the algorithm should be precise one. You should not get any confusion by seeing the algorithm. That is the first characteristic. The second characteristic is, the instruction should not repeat. Okay, infinitely. So if you are writing an instruction, so when you are writing an algorithm, so instructions what you are writing it should not repeat infinitely. So in that case you should use several separate concept like for loop or control functions, you can use it. So the instruction should not repeat infinitely. Okay, and third step is, algorithm should be written in sequence. Okay, should be written in sequence. Always there should be a sequence you have to follow when you are writing an algorithm. That is your third characteristic. And fourth characteristic is, like, you should use only normal English when you are writing your this algorithm. It should be in normal English format. Okay, and fifth characteristic, after the instructions are executed, user should able to get the desired result. So after you are going to execute the algorithm, users should get desired result. So these are the characteristics of algorithm. So when you are writing, before going into the algorithm, we will see what are the characteristics and we will see what are the qualities of algorithm. First, coming to the characteristics, every instruction should be precise and unambiguous, and instruction should not repeat infinitely. Algorithm should be in the sequence, and it looks like you should use only normal English for writing the algorithm. And fifth one is, user should get desired result. Okay, these are the characteristics of writing an algorithm. Now we will see the qualities of good algorithm. So the first step, when any problem is given for you, before writing any program, that is program, what you have to do is you have to write an algorithm first. So when you are writing the algorithm, you should keep it in mind all the characteristics. And next we are going to see the qualities of good algorithm. The first quality is time. Okay, so here to execute the program, always the computer system takes some amount of time. So always we say that lesser is the time, then we can say better is the algorithm. So when the time required for executing the program should be less, then only we can say that algorithm is efficient. Okay, the time required for executing the program should be less. It should take less time. So then only we can say that algorithm is efficient. Okay, this is the first quality. And second quality is memory. Okay, so when you are going to execute the program, the computer system takes some amount of memory storage. So you need to have some storage space for storing the program, right? So always lesser is the memory, the better is algorithm. So what we are saying is that when you have lesser storage space for storing the program, then you can say that better is the algorithm. So we can say that lesser is the memory required, and you can say better is the algorithm. Okay, this is your second quality. And third quality is accuracy. So what is accuracy? So multiple, you can write many algorithms with different logics, right? But there will be some program you will get accurate result. So those algorithms, or say we are saying that those algorithms are better. So what you should get, you should write algorithms such that you can able to get accurate result in the program, in the output. That is your accuracy. You understood this? So you should, the program should able to provide more accurate result than the others. Then those algorithms are better. Okay, this is your third quality of the algorithm. And fourth quality is sequence. So what do you mean by sequence? So the procedure of the algorithm should be in the sequence. Always you should write the algorithm in a sequential manner. That is your sequence. Okay. And fifth one is general ability. So what do you mean by general ability is you should write your algorithm such that it is very generous. That means it should able to accept various types of inputs. Various types of inputs. So you should not write an algorithm which can accept only certain number of inputs. Your algorithm should able to accept various types of inputs, and it should able to produce desired output also. Then only we can say that algorithm is efficient. So when we will be saying the algorithm is efficient, one is based on the 5 factors. One is time. The time required for executing the program is lesser, then we can say the algorithm is efficient. When the time required for storing the memory required for storing that particular program is lesser, then we can say the algorithm is better. And accuracy, when your program gives you accurate result than the others, then the program is efficient. And you should write the algorithm such that all the instructions should be in the sequence. And fifth one is it should have some general ability. What do you mean by that is it should able to, your algorithm should able to accept various types of inputs. So these are the factors of having a good algorithm. Okay, we'll see the representation of algorithm. So coming to the representation, you can represent algorithm in various ways. Generally, the programmers will follow one of the following ways to represent the algorithm. The first one is normal English. So algorithm can be represented by step-by-step procedure in normal English. So it can be easily understood, and it can be read easily, and it can be written easily also. So algorithm can be represented as step-by-step procedure, okay, in normal English. In normal English. So everyone can able to read, write or understood. This is the first way of writing your algorithm. The second way is using flowchart. Okay, so what is flowchart? Flowchart is nothing but it is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. Okay, it is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. So what do you mean by pictorial representation? So you are writing the algorithm in step by step manner. You are going to write your algorithm. Why you are writing the algorithm? You are writing this algorithm by seeing this. You can able to write the program easily. That is why you are going to write this algorithm, right? So when you are writing the algorithm, by seeing the picture, if you are going to draw this, imitate this instructions with the help of symbols. Okay, there are several standard symbols which are available. Okay, like this, there are standard symbols which are available. It is using this symbols you can able to give the instructions also. So you can represent this algorithm in this flowchart manner like this. You have your oval shape, you have your diamond shape, and you have your rectangular box. You have several boxes. Standard symbols are available in the flowchart. So you can use any of the symbols for writing the for representing your algorithm. So what is a flowchart? Flowchart is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. So how do you draw the flowchart? By using like the symbols. Inside the symbols you will be writing the instructions. Okay, this you will be studying it later about flowchart. And third one is pseudocode. Okay, so what do you mean by pseudocode? Pseudocode is nothing but it is a rough draft of the program. It is a rough draft, or it may be the outline of the program. So in your, that is like in 12th standard, you have studied your mathematics, right? So in maths, you will be drawing, when you're drawing your geometry, what you'll do, so for drawing all your practical geometry problems, first instead of drawing the main figure, you will be drawing the outline or rough draft of that particular problem. That like that, here also you have pseudocode. So what is a pseudocode? Pseudocode is nothing but it is an informal way of describing your program. Program description. Okay, this is your pseudocode. So you can say that pseudocode is an informal way of writing your program. Okay, so here algorithm is different, where you will be having, you have to write step-by-step procedure, but pseudocode, here you don't have any formal way, it is an informal way of writing. So you can say it is a rough draft, or it may be you are going to give the general outline of the program. That is your third representation. And fourth is decision table. Okay, so what is decision table? Decision table is like you will be representing in a table format. Okay, you will be representing in a table format. It is a visual representation of specifying some actions. It is nothing but it is a visual representation of specifying the actions. Okay, so in this Python subject, we will not be concentrating on decision table. So you will be learning this decision table in data warehousing, data mining, all those subjects. You will be learning this decision table. So you can also represent the algorithm with the use of decision table, where you will be using some tabular column. In that tabular column, you will be matching the inputs. Here you will have to write your inputs, and here you have to write all your case conditions. Okay, so using that you will be representing your algorithm. That is your fourth way of representing your algorithm. And fifth way is program. So how can you represent the algorithm? The last way of writing your algorithm is by representing it by program, writing the program. So this is the best way of representing. That means you can use any programming language. Like programming language like C, C++, Python, or you can use Java, any language you can use. See, why you are writing this algorithm? So it is a best way of, it will give you an instructions for writing the program. First you have to write the coding, right? For that only the first step you are writing an algorithm, right? So this program, it can be written in any programming language. Here you can use C language to write to solve the problem, or otherwise you can use it by writing it in C++, or you can use it in Python or Java, etc. You have several programming languages. You have to choose which one to use, so that your output should be accurate and it should give you the desired result. Then that is the program. Okay, so you understood this. The representation of the algorithm is, you can represent the algorithm in normal English manner, like step-by-step procedure, or you can represent the algorithm in flowchart, where you will be using some standard symbols. And third one is that you can write the algorithm, represent the algorithm with the help of pseudocode. It is nothing but it is an informal way of writing the program. And you can also represent the algorithm in decision table, where you will be giving a visual representation. Here you can able to visually see all the inputs and as well as outputs, right? That is why it is called as decision table. So based on this table, you can able to decide how you are going to proceed that program. That is decision table. Next is program. So the last case is that you can represent the algorithm with the help of program. So one last thing is, you can use any programming language for writing the algorithm. So that's all about your representation of the algorithm. So in this video, we have discussed on the algorithm, the characteristics, the qualities of good algorithm, and lastly we have discussed on representation of algorithm, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Bye bye.